Hi everyone, this is a quick daily star sign read and oracle read. We'll start off with the fire signs. Hello to everyone who's coming. So I'm not going to chat to you individually because normally I do this behind closed doors in a very secret location, and then it's put on YouTube. But because I'm running late through a number of life events, we're just going to do it like this. So first of all, I'm going to do your oracle reading. Let's tell you the star sign it's for. So we'll start with Aries, shall we? Very good place to start. So this is for Aries. So Aries, your first oracle card is going to be discernment. So you've got discernment. So I'm going to put that there. So as you can see, perhaps with that card, heading clouds. So your mindset, just look at the mindset and look at the truth that's around you. We can deal with that later. Yeah, a lot of you are probably carrying too much stuff to heart. So one has to have the balance between the heart and the head. So we're going to use the Ozo Zen Tarot for Aries. Just see, so what's happening with Aries? What do Aries need to know today? It's just a few cards I do. And then I'll give you a moon card. What does Aries need to know? So this is live as it's happening. So you've got slowing down, you have friendliness, and control. I need another doofer. Control. So as you can see with the slowing down, this is an aspect that if you realize that sometimes it takes a while to actually really understand yourself, but also your situation in general. And it's only in the slowing down that you see the spaces in between stuff. This is very important to piece together instead of just, it's like having a meal, isn't it? And just eating it. And then you go and do something and go, did I eat? What was the flavor? What was the taste? What was the color? So by slowing down and eating every single nourishment, it's like you're going to nourish yourself. And it's important in situations, Aries, to do that. Otherwise, you'll miss the point of life, but also miss subtle signs. Maybe in a relationship, maybe in small details that you have to apply for jobs and career and things like that. So when it says slow down, it really does mean slow down. You'll be very pleased to know you've got the Two of Friendliness, Two of Cups. So instead of rushing, a lot of people rush into aspects of, oh, when are they going to commit to me? Is it going to happen? And again, it's just a reminder to slow down will allow a more fulfilling, more solid, more grounded, and more real relationship than ever before. So with the two becoming one, it creates another color. So this is also a really good reminder that the color here is orange. So paying attention to your sacral chakra and living in the moment, as orange suggests. So live in the moment, especially around relationships today. So our last card is control, the mind control. So do you think you have control? Have you lost control? Or did you never have control? Control is really about fear. So fear of not something happening. So perhaps you've been reminded to just slow down, relax, and don't over-control situations. Release the fear and have that peace of mind. Be more discerning in how you're going to conduct this kind of aspect. So shall we see what changing energies are coming into your life? So what does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know? Okay, so this is for Aries. I'll just put these cards here and just give you to them one at a time. So you have a breakthrough, a breakthrough. This can mean anything, but equally it's about slowing down. So the breakthrough will come in a kind of way that'll, like a shock. It's a new understanding of how you are. So when you've been struggling with a thought pattern or struggling with a relationship, because two things is a relationship: my relationship with my job, my relationship with my family, everything like that, and being fractured. And this is important, the breakthrough, because it is fracturing everything in a good way, not in a negative way. So you will understand a bit more about yourself and a bit more about the situation. So watch out for that breakthrough and go, oh, all this time I struggled with X, Y, and Z, and all the time I knew the answer. So you have integration. Integration is change that'll help. So when you communicate a little bit better than previously, that's when you'll see the balance really come effect. So it's also an understanding of the other person as well. If you're in a relationship that needs to be a bigger bond, that's going to happen as well. So that's good. You may also feel like the outsider. The outsider is never really outside. They may think they're outside, but everything that's happening is generally on the inside. So when we feel like we are an outsider, what is it that we're trying to ignore about ourselves? Is it that we feel isolated in situations and we can't be in the loop? Do we think the universe is not playing games correctly in our life? Oh, but I want it now. I've waited so patiently forever. So again, if we go back to this, slow down. There is no rush. There is no time limit. There is no rush. But when you feel like an outsider, you have to realize that you're not the child anymore. You are the adult. You're responsible for finding a way to unlock this key, this chain. And there are some good videos on the internet I've just recently watched, which is fantastic. So unlock your own life, scale a wall, believe that that gate is not there, and just go for it. So these colours in this card, as well as the slowing down card, are saying your future is bright and colourful and of a good vibration to align yourself with that. So this is very good. Now then, Aries, I'll give you a moonology card just to see how fast this is happening. Right, so what does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know? So let's have a look. So it's about meditate and contemplate. So that's a good aspect when you are waiting, when things aren't going as quickly as you want them, just to tap into your own intuition. So thank you very much, Aries, for listening. We'll go now on to Leo. Leo. So what does Leo need to know? So I'll do the Moon Oracle. What does Leo need to know? What does Leo need to know? Alrighty. So for Leos, we have nourishment. Nourishment. This is vitally important. Are we nourishing our soul? You didn't expect that. Nourishment is a form of being full and giving us the best possible, whatever it is, whether it's vitamins, minerals, but also love. Are we giving to ourselves what we actually need? So it's just a little reminder that health is very important, but spiritual health is very important. So making sure you're in touch with your intuition, your spirit guides, and God itself to pull down that unconditional love that's there for everybody. So Leos, let's see what's going on with Leos. Leo. What do Leos need to know today? What do Leos need to know? Alrighty. Let's have a look. So we'll use 3 cards at the beginning. We might as well spin them out now, mightn't we? So what are the changing aspects for Leos? What do Leos need to know today? Leos. Seems ages since your birthdays, doesn't it now? Leo, Leo, Leo. Right, so the first aspect, Leos, is isolation. So when you nourish your whole being, it's nourishing your heart. And to do that, sometimes we have to do a detox our body, but also our spirit's dual heart. So this is a very good opportunity to let go and have a good cry and just melt that heart. Really see if you've got a broken heart at the moment, or it's just come up on a niggling frustration, and then you realize, whoa, you know, I haven't got over a certain circumstance. It could be disappointment. It could be a fear of not getting something. So it's important to release those toxins from your eyes in the form of tears. So make sure, if that is yourself, just to do that. Otherwise, there'll become a blockage, and one doesn't really need a blockage. So this is very, very important. So what else? So you have the rightness in your situation. So with a lot of you, and going into autumn, you'll feel from the effects of the summer that your situation has come to blossom, fruit, and mature. So it could be a relationship, it could be your job, it could be something else that you think, wow, this has finally come ahead after all this pain of waiting. So this is another form of nutrition, being able to achieve exactly what you have wanted to achieve. So that's really good. So the time is ripe for you to either restart something, as in the seeds are ready to be let back into the earth to germinate and then make good. So you've also got harmony here, the 10 of Cups, Leo. So this is a great card for you to really realize that you are nourishing, you are getting rid of this little bit of pain that needs to be let go, so your heart can fully open and comprehend the greatness in your life right now. So that's quite good. We don't really need to read them, do we? Oh, right, let's read them anyway. Still letting go, though, people. So these 2 cards are very much in favor that you must decide for yourself, where do I need to let go? Are you still holding on to the ex? Are you still holding on to the possibility that a certain circumstance should have happened? No, it is time really to realize that, no, it is important. Just let it go. Because yes, it's got you to your stage that you're at, obviously, and it has been important. But now, in the current day that you're listening to that, it's not. Because it could end up with being a blockage. It could damage. Say, for instance, the raindrops sort of on that leaf just kept on, and it would eventually break the leaf. So use that as a scenario that when you're collecting bad emotions all the time, it will break you. So that's why it's important. We keep saying it's important, but that is why. So Leo, silence. So in the silence, it's good to hear the space and the peace, but also to tap into your intuition on a higher level, to know what it is that the next step is. Because when things are ripe and ready for you to grasp, if you're rushing around like the other reading, you might not be able to catch the moment, so to speak. Equally, if you're still carrying the pain of something, you won't notice it. So this is just a reminder to be silent and notice the subtlety around yourself. You've got abundance. This is great teamed up with the emotional side of things. So you may feel over happy and overconfident and all the rest of it, but it's about a balance. When the abundance comes up in the Ozo Zen pack, all the affiliate links should be down below. It shows that to take action and non-action is also important. This is where the balance comes about. So with the male energies of taking action, it's taking action to really strengthen the way you feel important at this time. Yes. And the yin aspect about just being in silence and knowing and further developing who you are. That's equally important. So you find now that nourishing your soul and your spirit is very important, but giving to yourself the balance between the spaces and the reaping the rewards of what you have set about. But just a little reminder, guys, that if you've got that little bit of pain going on, that it is important just to have a good cry and let it go. Say to yourself, is this empowering my life or is it disempowering me in that situation? So I'll have a look at the Moonology card just to see what's going on further. For Leos, what's going on with our Leos? Leos. Okay, let's have a look. So for Leo, we have nothing is yet set in stone. So that's a good place to be. I know sometimes it is good to have an answer with things, but when you're still holding on to stuff, the energies can't quite align. So, and equally when you're starting things and just finishing things, they're also not set in stone. So what that is saying to you, you're in charge. If you don't nourish yourself in the right way, spiritually and emotionally, then the blockage is going to go there and the universe can't align those energies for you. Does that make sense? So thank you very much, Leos, for listening. We're now going to read for Sagittarians. Another fire sign. So first of all, we'll do the Moon Oracle for Sagittarians. Sagittarians, what do Sagittarians need to know today? Sagittarians. Then, to be fair, I might stop the video and do water and things like that. Probably be easier, won't it? Otherwise it'd be chaotic. Right, for Sagittarians, we have trust. Trust. So whatever that means to you, whether you're trusting of yourself or trusting of others, have you got mistrust? Do you find trust all your life has been a little bit of a problem? You'll see this scene here is in night. So is everything clear to you in the light of day? Or is this a bit of a Nine of Swords scenario where everything is kind of over imagination about certain things? But whatever it is, Sagittarius, have a look at what trust means to you in an in-depth way. Not, oh, I know what that means. Right, so let's have a look for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know today? What does Sagittarius need to know? What does Sagittarius need to know today? What does Sagittarius need to know? Okay, so I'll have 3 cards here, and then we'll use the changing energies for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know? Okay, 1, 2, 3. So our first aspect, Sagittarius, is healing. This is a great aspect to really realize that your heart and mind are intertwined. And if you're not feeling so good, that plays on your mind. And if your mind's all over the place, it plays on your heart. So they are very much together. So what are we doing today? Are we trusting ourselves to give to ourselves what we really want? Are we giving ourselves enough love and understanding and patience and accepting of where we are? So having a look at those aspects will give you a sense of what you can achieve even more. If your mind and heart are in harmony together, then it's going to bring some great stuff to yourself and aspects. It can enhance what you already are in, or it can bring to you a more prosperous understanding of your situation. Okay? So what else is going on? You two have got friendliness. So this is a lovely aspect for you. So if you are in a relationship, this will enhance it more with that understanding and trust. Trust is very, very important. If we don't trust our partner or our situation, then it means we don't believe in it fully and we can't accept it as being correct. So what is it before us? Is it true or is it not? It's a simple equation. There can't be an in-between. So when you're picking these soulmate, twin flame, or even a situation that you're trying to harmonize with, say you're trying to find the right energy to go for a particular situation, you need the love and attention. You need to trust that it is going to happen in the most beneficial, loving way for yourself and all involved. So this is also living in the moment where two colours become one. And the harm that is reached in making things happen also is there. So using your mindset to really understand how to do that is important, because without the mind, you can't really put into action. So you need your body as well. But equally the thought process to follow your heart. So you have the Queen of Fire now. So this is all about sharing. So putting into action how you felt and thought is essential. So when you've got the opportunity for harmonizing, being one with another aspect, so that could be an important relationship, or it could be about aligning your energies with this situation that you really want. This card does give that. So it's being friendly towards another thing, accepting, loving it, and having it in your life. And this is about sharing that. So share that with yourself as well as other people. Maybe tell them what you really want, and then we'll see what comes back with that. But again, the trust. Trust is very important. So your changing aspects are the world. So this is great. This is your world. Your body is your world. So when you look after it, it's important to understand that everything has to work in harmony. And like we said, if your mind isn't on the same page with your intention of your heart, that's going to have a kind of effect. And equally, if you don't feel right, your imagination is going to run away in no one's business. So making yourself as a team, working as a team, unifying, and then moving on significantly will definitely help you at this time. So you too have got harmony. This is lovely. So if some of you are going for that perfect relationship, then this really is a good, perfect relationship. Because the harmony between your heart and your head is now going to come about. So depending on how quickly you do want to move through your stuff, this will happen quite quickly. Or if you're very slow and you find a little bit of mistrust going on, then it'll happen slow, or could even be pushed away. So you have to really communicate well with yourself. Yeah, I'm ready. Are you? Have you completely communicated to your heart? Are you still holding back? Or are you definitely ready? This is what needs to happen. Clinging to the past. Right. So clinging to the past will never bring about this situation. So now you can see why the trust is here. Can you trust yourself to have this perfect relationship? Or is it just an idea? This is why your heart and your head has to be in place. If you cling on the past for any length of time, for more than a minute now, it won't happen. You have to trust yourself to let go of this. It's happened. It's happened. Whether it was good or bad, it's happened. It's in the past. We don't go through our soul journey's purposes to cling on to the past. That's why each soul journey, you can't remember. Because if you did, you'd be sitting there, oh, I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that. Oh, I did this last time, I did that last time. This is very much in keeping with this. Clinging on the past does not help anyone. It's just best to let it go. It's happened. So you either want this or you don't. It's up to you. It really is up to yourself. Because the universe will give you it. And if you don't learn it this time, I'll give it to you again. It is patience and love. Unconditional love goes to you all the time. But when we block it, then it's not going to happen. It's just how it doesn't work like that. So let's see how quickly, Sagittarius, you can move the stuff, if that's all right. Hello, Imogen. How are you? I'll do water next. I'll do Pisces for you. I'll just finish off with this Sagittarian problem. I was so behind Imogen that I thought I'm just going to bang it out as a line. It'll surely save me time. Right, your dreams need a practical plan. So the practical plan, Sagittarian, perhaps, is just letting go of this past. See the lady holding this giant scrambled box, which is a limitation. And behind her is the Ace of Cups, which for most of you who understand that is self-love and pure love on the highest form. Does that make sense? Yeah, right. What I'm going to do now is do Pisces. Just call it favoritism. Yeah, good stance to actually take. So where does one need to do action? Maybe it's like the other signs in our heart, in our minds, but taking action. If you don't have action, then the thought that we have to either start something or end something is just going to rattle around in the mindset. And nothing is going to be done. So this is why action is vitally important. Now then, we'll carry on with this Imogen. Let's see what comes up. So for Pisces, what do Pisces need to know? Right, so I'll use 3 cards here. 1, 2, surprisingly, I can count. And then we'll see the changing aspects of Pisces today. Pisces. Yep. Alrighty. Right, so I'll put these cards down there. So for Pisces, the first aspect is the Fool. It's not a very good name. Oh no, that was the other guys. So this is about starting off and trusting in any journey whatsoever. With the Fool, it's always the spiritual energy is behind them and they haven't got a lot of baggage. That's the first rule of the Fool. So where is it today that you have to take action for that first step? Have you wanted to write that book? Have you wanted to do some acting? Have you wanted to do something creative? Have you wanted to go into a relationship or your perfect career? Now is the time to make a plan, perhaps. You can write things down. Oh, what is my first step for achieving this goal? That is action. That is starting the action. But if you're a little bit fearful about that first step, just think, write another plan. How would be the first step to achieve this goal? In a perfect world of my world, how would that be? So with the Fool card, they do trust the universe to look after them and take that step, that giant step, that courage to actually do that thing. So this is very important, to take the first step, realize that the journey is long sometimes, and it's an essential journey to learn many, many lessons. It's in the not taking the journey that will keep us small. So sometimes we have to just jump in. It's like learning to swim, isn't it? We can't learn to swim unless we get into that water. I remember being frightened as well, but now I can swim. So use that analogy for everything in your life now. Just do the first step. So being receptive. So this is a great card to receive love, self-love especially, but unblocking the way of mistrusting or not taking action in the first step. When we go like that to receive, we are receiving love on the highest level, especially if you ask. Ask God, the divine, and also your spirit guides and angels. Make sure you're really clear inside for that channel to come through. If we're blocking it in any way, shape, or form, then that does have a significance on the invisible energy that we move up and down our body and throughout our body. So this is very important to be to love and higher energy. Does that make sense? So you too, Pisces, have a breakthrough. The breakthrough can come when you are learning to receive. Sometimes it's very daunting, and yes, I understand that to take the first step is hard, but once you go through that breakthrough and realize it's not that hard, it's just my life, I'm more mature to actually do that, and I am responsible for my life. So as long as you can receive the ideas, receive the love, and understanding that your journey is going quite far, then you'll be able to realize that, yeah, I'm safe. All you have to keep saying is, I'm safe, I'm loved. The higher purpose is not to ruin a life. It is to gently align you with the God force and the love. And to do that, there are certain steps along the way. So you've also got the Outsider, which is a fantastic card, really, because it always kind of reminds us of that child wanting to go into that sweet shop, or just like, I want to open my Christmas presents now. You feel locked out of something that you know is going to be precious and gorgeous and just the best. So my question to you guys is, what's stopping you? So the Outsider, because there's a lock there and you can't go over and you can't go under, is how we lock ourselves out of the situation. So we need to learn to unlock it and just go for it. Go for that perfect Christmas present. Go for that perfect pack of sweets. It's really important that we give to ourselves. And let's remind you, you're now receiving. So just go for what you want, trust in what you want, and take action towards that goal. So you have the intensity now, guys. Hello, pretty girl. How are you? This isn't the question and answer. This is the star sign reading. So for Pisces, we've got the intensity. So when you find that the intensity is there for action, then things can happen quite rapidly. So this is very important, to see your goal, notice your goal, and aim for it, and then really achieve it. And let's remind yourself, we all know that the first step is the hardest, but also along the way is going to be very challenging as well. But that's all it is, a challenge. It's not to bring you back to the starting line. Keep going. If you need a rest, that's fine. Just learn now to receive the love on a better scale. Right, so the last card for you guys is their nothingness, Pisces. So for Pisces, nothingness is just that. It's about going inside into your meditation to connect with no duality. When you have duality in life, it's the experience. So you have to have a comparison and a judgment. And in true divine love, there is no judgment. So there is no duality. So this is what this card is trying to explain to you. By overthinking things or overfeeling things, we'll never get into the action of starting. So it's a first step for action to start forward. Does that make sense? Right, Pisces. So yeah, Imogen, that was kind of like love, higher love, which will come down to the smaller love. So let's have a look at the Moonology card for Pisces. So, oops, she said oops and left. Oops. Right, let's have a look at Pisces. No worries, no worries. So this is the South Node, which says, probably for Imogen, let's face it, don't let the past hold you back. So for Pisces at the moment, whatever's happened in our past, whether we've lost jobs, lost relationships, and we're self-judging any kind of issue, it's like, let's move forward. Now is the time to take action. Just because unfortunate things have happened in our past, which everyone has, doesn't mean to say we can sit in our rooms hiding under the duvet and not take action on the first step. So Pisces, I hope that made sense to you. And if it didn't, sorry about that. Oh yeah, I was going to give you a crystal, wasn't I, Imogen? Right. This is for Imogen in the room and all Pisces. Right, okay. What does Imogen need to know today? Remember, guys, yeah, you can always become a Patreon. And when I do the live feeds with the questions, you'll get ahead of the queue. So it's deep emotional healing and it's Azurite. Azurite. We've all got one of them. I haven't got Azurite. So the little message on here is your heart is ready to heal from the past experiences. And you are willing to devote time and energy towards therapeutic cure. Azurite. So that might be the next crystal that you get. I don't know. I usually buy a lot of gemstones on the internet. Azurite. I ain't got that one. I've got lots of tanzanite, beside that eye. Right, should we do Cancer next? Right, Cancers. That's a new name I made up, assuming. Right, this is for Cancer. What do Cancer need to know? Cancer. Bye, Imogen. Right, for Cancer, we have realization. Realization. So it can take a bit of a while to realize what's going on in our life, but also what's going on in the bigger picture. So in order to realize about our situation or a higher understanding of other situations, one has to step back from overthinking and overfeeling and allow that spiritual energy, that spiritual awareness to come down, and then you'll have a realization. Or sometimes when you're really in meditation and you find the space to go, oh, I'm going to make a realization, and really have that intention to realize, then realization is definitely there. So for Cancer, let's have a look. So what do Cancer need to know today? Right, Cancer. Let's have a look. So we'll do you 3 cards here. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do your changing energies. What do Cancer need to know today? Okay. Hello, Rosa. We're just doing a Cancer star sign at the moment. What star sign are you? So, the first aspect for Cancer is change. This is the Wheel of Fortune going round and round and producing a lot of turmoil in this particular card. There has to be the right balance and the right geometry for a wheel to go round. Otherwise, it's bumping. So, good realization, guys. But with the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes it's the change of pace that's in your life, or it could be good fortune falling down to low fortune. But whatever it is, things are speeding up for you. So this is a good aspect. But you must remember balance is very, very important. You don't want things to tip over one way or the next. So realizing that speed is sometimes good if you're impatient into a situation coming, but not too fast. The right speed is essential. Well, these changes coming, so that's good. You've also, Cancer, got guidance. Guidance is very interesting for you because when you're asking for guidance, whether that's from your angels, your spirit guide, or God, or for someone else, maybe you need information more than actual moving on. So where is the information for you? Well, it's all over the place in 2020, so that's okay. But when you're feeling a little bit lost and things are perhaps happening too fast, then guidance is essential, because if it's going too fast for your own pace, that's going to cause turmoil. So sometimes you can ask for help in certain situations, or sometimes you can just say, slow down, slow down. But this guidance is here to work for you at your own pace. Does that make sense? So the letting go card has come up. This is an emotional letting go. If you find from your past that maybe a relationship or some terrible disappointment is here, it's just reminding you to remove that blockage, to allow tears to fall perhaps, and just walk away from these circumstances. And if guidance is there to help you do that, then that's okay too. Just have a little bit of patience with yourself and a little bit more kindness today. Does that make sense? Right, moving on, Cancer, we've got the mindset. Hello, Ella, Lola. Yeah. Did one not read the title? Right, this is for controlling issues of the mind for Cancerian people. So for Cancerian people, having too much clutter in the mind can cause distress. So it brings with an understanding of where things are going. So if the thoughts are just exploding and causing you to tie yourself down in these circumstances, then sometimes it's good to have that fast change to pull you out of it, move you out of it. But don't get caught up in overthinking, overanalyzing. And this is where perhaps your guidance comes in, the guidance to just slow down and make sure you ask and use your own help and intuition about all these thoughts coming up. Does that make sense? This might be your realization. You don't have to do everything at once. So for you, I think it's a more gentle approach. So you have the 3 of Fire. This will give you the ability to communicate, participate, and really feel where you're going. This is a lot better for yourself in realizing that fulfillment for you is definitely here. So this is a fantastic time as long as you can let go of the emotions. This lady has got a purity of her heart. so she can put into action what she does want. So that'll be you. If you have pure intentions and let go of the past, this change is going to really benefit you in reaching your one goal. So you got postponement. I don't know why, after all these cards. Perhaps you still got to release this aspect here of the heart. So once you realize that you are holding on to something, it could be past relationships, it could be something from your childhood, or not getting that perfect job offer. Whatever it is that you're holding on to, please let it go. As I said, find that guidance to make this fantastic change in your life that can happen. So let's have a look at the Moonology card, Cancer, and just find out where your situation is. So what does Cancer need to know today? What does Cancer need to know? Right. Oh, right. For Cancer people, a personal issue reaches resolution. A perfect card for Cancerians. So that's good. So, there is going to be a change in that. It might be a little bit slow, but then this is going to go at your pace. So thanks for listening, Cancers, and we'll move on to Scorpio now. Hello, people in the room. Hello, Rosa. Right. Sorry about this. I'm doing it live simply because I ran out of time. It was getting late, so I thought I'd do it live. Right, we'll do a Moon Oracle for Scorpio. Does Scorpio need to know? Right, Scorpio. Right, for Scorpio 2 is a nourishment. Nourishment for Scorpio. So this doesn't necessarily mean what we're eating and what we're drinking. It's what we think about ourselves. And are we thinking good things? Are we thinking loving thoughts toward ourselves? Are we accepting ourselves more? This is nourishment of the soul, of the heart, and of the mind. So have a look at that. What are we nourishing and what are we not nourishing? So let's have a look for Scorpio. What's going on with Scorpios? What do Scorpio need to know? What does Scorpio? Whoops. What does Scorpio need to know today? Right. Okay. 3 cards here, Scorpio. And then the changing energies for Scorpio. Right, just put these down here. So what's the first aspect for Scorpios? Inner voice. So inner voice is the little voice inside you that might be coming from God, angels, or your spirit guide, or your higher self probably. But listening to an intuitive form where it has no energy of your heart or your mind is essential. It's finding that peaceful moment that will give you it's almost a sixth sense, a little feeling. So when people think or ask a question, ask it of yourself. Just say to yourself, I need guidance and information about this. And then wait for the answer to come. It might come through somebody else, or you might hear within yourself what it is. But listening to your own inner voice is the right path, the right thing to do, as long as you haven't overanalyzed it. I'm overthinking, yeah, that's the answer. You have to step back from thoughts and step back from the heart and really understand what it is that you're trying to communicate with yourself. So listening to your inner voice, your intuition is going to nourish your soul a lot better than anything else would. So you have the Nine of Cups, or in this case, laziness. It doesn't mean you're lazy. It just means that sitting on your laurels about what you've achieved and not going after something else or improving on your heart matters is a kind of a stagnant look at life. So when you've got all these fantastic achievements of the heart, I think, yeah, I'm doing so well, this is great. As soon as you become complacent and stagnant, that's when you'll see the cracks and everything will crumble. And what you've achieved won't be necessarily upstanding in where you're supposed to be right now. So listen to your inner voice about where your next move is. Where's the next course of action to nourish you, to help you, to give you more love in your situation? So the answer there is the Fool. It's the trust on the new journey. So a new way of looking things and starting things is very important. So to have the courage to step out of the box, so to speak, and not take all these old ideas and old feelings into the situation will bring greater wards and smaller hurdles along your journey of life. So trust yourself and trust that the universe has got your back. Just do it, basically. You've got the ripeness, moving into the ripeness, which means you're nearly to completion, if not you're complete, in allowing events to unfold, allowing the time to, reap the rewards of what you've sown. So this is good. So if you've been waiting for that perfect relationship, now's the time that it's coming. It's really coming so soon for you guys. And other guys, it'll be other situations that they really want the completion, the moment of, I'm at the goalpost, I know I am. But starting again. And this is what all, you haven't got that. Yeah, definitely. So this new vision with the Fool. So completing one aspect, you have to go on to the next level. It's like leveling up. I finished one level, need to do the next. And it's a little bit more challenging. So finding the new vision about what that is going to empower yourself. And a lot better, you'll feel richer, warmer, more satisfied and more loving towards life itself. So that's really good. And we need that for this card. You need to feel what it is that you, how to improve on the 9 to get to a 10. You definitely got the completion. You've started a journey, you've ended a journey, but it's in the knowledge of that journey that will allow you to really encompass everything and start again, to really see things in a whole different way. If we go back to the nourishment, if you don't, this is what this card is about. If Scorpios don't keep going at it, they are going to crumble inside. So one has to have this new intensity, new start, and trust in it to be able to nourish them. Otherwise, it's just going to get stagnant and you're not going to feel good at all, really. So keep at it. Once you've finished one, keep going, keep improving. So what do Scorpios need to know? Hello, V Love and Crystals. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Allah. I'm doing sun signs. I thought it saved me time doing it online. I'm not so sure if that's happened or not. I'm on water. I've done fire and I'm doing water. So, have faith in your dreams, Scorpio. Okay? But it's okay having faith. But for you guys, at the moment, with the aspect going into a new season, it's vitally important to start it. It's all right sitting there and having faith, but do start it. Take that small step and nourish your soul, so to speak. Right, guys, what we're doing next? Earth. Right, we're doing Earth then. I don't normally do it like this. It's tiring. Oh. What did I say? Earth. Right, we'll start with Virgos. Happy birthday, Virgos. Yay. Right, we'll start with Virgos. Unless you guys want to say, I'm a this, but we're on Earth. What you guys like? Elisa, we're not doing questions. We're trying to do sun signs. Be love and crystals. Hi. Oh, thank you very much, Be love and crystals. I'm doing Virgo now. Happy birthday, Virgos. Let's see what Virgos need to know today. Right. So, the path. The path. It's very important to participate in life and find the path, the road to success, your pathway of understanding, the journey itself. If we don't, it's a bit like the journey, the fool. If you don't go on the first rung of the ladder, we don't see what's available to us. Everything in life is about going upwards. So in this card, you see the rope ladder to go to the window of a different world. So if you ask yourself today, Virgos, what is the pathway to my success? What is the pathway to my success? So let's have a look at Virgo. What does Virgo need to know? Virgo. That's mine. Right, 3 cards here. And then the changing energies. For Virgo. Virgo. Right, this is the Ozo Zen deck, which you'll find affiliate links down below. So for Virgos, happy birthday if you've just tuned in. Right, so you've got the stress level. So sometimes things are too much for us and, it's difficult to judge things. But for the others who are on this really successful path, this is necessary. And it's not necessarily the ball down here is going to bust. It's just transforming you to your new place. So this is about your own power, knowing your limitations and keeping to that. When people around you want to burst your bubble, it's like, no. I've got my own power. I know where I'm going. That's the flavor of that today. You've also, Virgo, got the Lover's card. Oh. So this is a card most people just absolutely adore to have in a reading. So today, this is your birthday present. Oh. So the love between two people or two things is very essential to have that unity. It's also about making a choice. Look at it in an intelligent way of what love is bringing to you and what love do you need to actually adopt. Because when you're empowering yourself and trying to keep afloat of the situation, you need love. You need love and acceptance for yourself. And those two go very nicely hand in hand. So you've also got the Fool. So the start of this pathway is here, but you've got to learn to trust it. Have the intention and trust that it is going to work out for you really, really well. Don't take too much onto this journey. Trust. Like, You know, when you go on a journey and you pack your lunch and your lots of drink and all what you need. No, don't do that today. Just trust that the food and the water is going to be provided and each situation is going to be provided. When you use love and you have your own empowerment, you don't need many things. And this is what the Fool is all about. He doesn't take hang-ups, problems, doubts, fears, guilt. That is not in his little rucksack. He goes with a trusting heart to move on to his journey. So, just a heads up. So for Virgos, it's patience. Patience with themselves, patience if they want children. Just see the cycles of life, see your own empowerment, but generally, what is it that you're trying to achieve, and just have a little bit of time to see that it does take time in your circumstance. But that's okay, because once we're on this journey, it's the journey itself, not the destination. Well, we heard that before. So for yourself, it's being conscious. When you're alive and conscious, you're really paying attention to what is around you on a subtle level. It's vitally important to realize that not everything goes according to plan. But when we have that consciousness of what we're doing, what we're saying, feeling, behaving, we can have a better understanding of our situation. Again, it's about trust. So trusting who we are and empowering ourselves to give to ourselves, even when things are a lot going on, is the way to step forward. So you've also got playfulness. So along your journey of life at the moment, have fun. It's not always about being too serious. If we don't have fun along the way, is life worth living? So having a bit of optimism and a little bit of playfulness, laugh, tell a joke, be silly. These things will allow us to, it's like filling us up with love and softness, that when the hard time along the journey comes along, we can feel that and kind of be a lot more positive along the way. So for Virgo, let's have a look at the change in the Moonology card. So what do Virgos need to know? What do Virgos need to know? Virgo. Right, for Virgos, we have a fiery climax approaches. So when your situation, if this is becoming too much and you feel like you need a rest, tell people around you, things are getting on top of me. I just need time to relax, to have time out. Because there's no point in having all this volcano. So just be wary about that. We don't want any too fiery climaxes going on, do we? No is the answer. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there at Virgo. Have a break and then come back with the other earth signs and the air signs. Thank you for watching. Look out for part 2. Thank you.